Wait, and you're listening to WAKE Radio, spreading tunes across your room. From Marvin Gaye to Hathaway, from we pay tribute to the legends of the past and introduce the legends of the future. Special big up to my man Johnny Stevens, who shares his passion with us every day. Wake up, New York.
What's up, what's up, what's up? I'm Chet.
I'm Lily.
And you tuning in with Chet with Lily Live, where we tell the bucket naked truth.
In the
news.
Hey.
Yes. What we drinking on tonight, my sister?
Tonight we are drinking on our lovely signature drink made by yours truly, Rico. And it is called the Dark and Stormy. The ingredients are dark rum, lime juice, lime wedge, and ginger beer.
Ooh, let's see what this look like. Ooh, yes, that's pretty.
It's so pretty, y'all. Ooh.
Listen, man, let's taste. Let's see.
I want to call this mysterious.
Okay.
I guess that's why it's called Dark and Stormy.
Okay, our shout outs and announcement. We're gonna give our shout outs to sisters and fedoras. The lovely hat that my sister Lily is wearing. I don't have mine on this Friday, but that's okay. I have one on this Friday, y'all.
That's right.
But yes, check her out, sisters and fedoras. Always and forever. And we also want to give a shout out to Ernest Ross, sponsor of Chat with Lily Live.
Yes. And we also going to shout out Crystal Glass. She holds a brand called Dripping in Success. She does vision board events. Actually, she has a Juneteenth event popping up. And she's going to offer food, drinks, surprises, and all that good stuff. So if you want to know any more information about that, go ahead and just DM me, and I'll send you over the information.
Yes. That's wonderful.
It is, man.
That's wonderful. That's
Yes.
wonderful.
Greatness in the making.
Yes. How was your vacation, my sister?
My vacation was wonderful. I mean,
Really?
I didn't want to come back, man. You know what? We went to Clearwater, Florida.
Okay.
And we sat on the beach. I mean, the weather was perfect.
Wow.
The kids had fun. We were all out there just in that water, soaking it all in. And we went to Universal Studios.
How was it? I know they enjoyed it.
Man,
they enjoyed it.
Girl,
I
that
know
was
they
our first
enjoyed
time going, but they had a blast. And we all said we're going to get together again as a family.
Yeah.
And we're going to go do that. We're going to go let again and just really just let loose and have a good time and just enjoy each other.
Enjoy family.
That's right.
Enjoy family. That's
right.
the main thing.
That's right.
You know, that brings us to the conversation we having tonight, you guys.
Right.
What is it? Those generational curses. How can we break them?
How can we break them?
How can we break them? And you know what, you guys? I'm gonna give y'all the definition of a generational curse. You know, just so that we all be clear. According to the Gospel Coalition, generational curses describes the cumulative effect on a person of things that their ancestors did, believed, or practiced in the past, and a consequence of ancestors' actions, beliefs, and sins being passed down. That's what it is. That's what it is. And if you're still a little cloudy about that, the examples are: we all have addicts that may exist in our family. We may have molesters in our family. We may have fathers who don't see their kids, know their kids. Why?
Why is that?
Why is it?
It's like they repeated.
You
It's
know.
like repeated down the
Why
line, the
is
bloodline or something.
Right. And not seeing that those effects, even mental illness,
Yes.
those effects, it starts with some sort of action that happened with this person in order for this to keep repeating itself. You only gonna do what you know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You only gonna do what you know. You know, we wonder why, you know, you have kids who don't know their fathers.
Exactly.
Maybe their mama kept them away from the father. If so, why? Did her mom keep her away from her father?
Yeah.
It repeats itself.
Absolutely.
So we got to try to find a way to change that, to break it. To break it. You know, that's just like for my example with my family, you know, the main ones that I did know, you know, no one was married but one aunt of mine. One great aunt at that. Okay? You know, never knew of nobody else being legally married. Let's put it like that. You know what I'm saying? And then after everybody else, my cousins and stuff, you know, some of them didn't get married. You know what I'm saying? I was the one next to get married. Then I think my cousin Demetrius, got married. You know, but that had been a pattern from what I know. From what I know. Notice I said what I know because a lot of things haven't been told. So some things start to repeat itself, but you got to know how to break it.
Absolutely.
Got to know how to break it. Got to.
You also have, you know, a lot going on in families where you have physical abuse that goes on.
Yes.
Some people get very angry.
Yes.
Do verbal abuse. And you're like, where did this come from?
Where it come from?
Short-tempered. That can come from down the line. That can come from the great-great-great-great-grandma, great-grandpa,
Yes.
or somebody. But
Yes.
now it's caught up to you. It might have started from the grandma, but then it leads to grandma's daughter, which is your mama.
Right.
And from your mama, it go to you.
It go to you. And you don't know
Yeah.
where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? But I want people to understand that it's always a root to why a person act the way they act. It's always a root. I don't care what it is. It's always a root. You never know what, especially us black families, white people, they do it too. But we speaking precisely with our culture. They don't like to talk about things. You know, they used to have the saying back in the day, what goes on in my house, stay in my house. Okay, some of them times when they were giving those little quotes and messages, some people were getting raped.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Getting touched, raped.
Some
Yes.
people were getting molested, and you would go tell your mother or your father, but they won't believe you.
They wouldn't
So
believe.
imagine all of these years being in that situation, and you got to keep all this in. What goes on in the house stays in the house. So therefore, when you finally get grown and out and on your own, do you become a molester? Or do you feel a certain type of way about males or females? Is that the reason? It's always a root
It's always a rule.
to a reason why a person react the way that they do.
Exactly.
That's what I believe.
Yeah.
So we want you guys to try to chime on in and let us know your thoughts about that. What you think is a generational curse? Because I just gave you all the definition. But what do you think is a generational curse? You know. What you think, sis?
Same thing, what we just read. You know, basically, it passes down. I mean, this can go back all the way down to slavery
Yes.
of your family,
Yes.
your family roots,
Yeah.
and it just goes down to your mama, trickle down to your mama's
Yeah.
mama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Down to your children.
Right.
So, you know, it's one thing to know that, okay, you know what I'm saying, it's trickling down, but it's another thing to fix it.
Exactly. But first you got to recognize
Yes.
it and want to change it.
Yes.
You know,
Some people don't recognize
a
it.
lot of people don't
They do
recognize
not
it.
recognize it.
And then a lot of people be in denial.
Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes they don't recognize it until somebody really just sit them on their ass and call them out about it. You know?
Sometimes you have to do that with family members, especially when you care. You have to call them out. You just have
You
to
have
bump
to.
that in my business,
Yes.
business. Because your business could be affecting
Yes.
My family.
Yes.
My kids are what I produce. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, I like one perfect example. I told my son Felipe, you have to be the better man. You, in order for you to be a better person, a better man, a better father, whatever hurt you have in you, you got to forgive it. That's the only way out. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you don't went through hell, holy hell with somebody. In order for you to get past that, you got to find some sort of way, some sort of outlet or something to forgive that. So that you can be better. So that you won't repeat, you know, the generational curse that don't been before you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know,
I want to piggyback off something too, because I know it's very hard for people out there to express themselves through anything they might have been through, whether or not it is child molestation, whether it is you don't understand why you have bad relationships with your parents or whatnot. You never know. Your mom and dad could have had a bad relationship with their mom and daddy, so now they're putting it on you as a child, and then you grow up into a mom and dad or woman or man, and you're passing it off to your children.
Right, because you're only going to do what you were accustomed to.
Yeah, and we all were sponges.
Right. We all were sponges, right. If they argue every damn day, what you think you going to do argue every damn day? You know what I'm saying? Then your kids, and they get in relationships, they argue every damn day. But at some point in your life, you got to recognize, I want better for myself, so therefore I want to do better with my kids. You know. So let's see, we got some comments in here, sister, in our inbox. We have
our sister,
Raquel. Hello.
She says, mothers not having good relationships with their daughters. That's true.
Right. And she also have mothers, she also have something where she said women not having relationships with their fathers. You're absolutely right, sis. Absolutely. Because some of us don't even know who our father is. Use the pappy, baby.
Use the pappy.
You know it's the pappy.
He's the pappy. That's right.
You know it's the pappy.
That's it.
Yes. But, some people don't know who their fathers are. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? But why is that? Why is that?
I feel like a lot of them haven't been taught to be men, and we're going to say women too, because some of them don't know how to be mothers either.
Some women keep their children away from their father.
Absolutely.
And then you wonder why, when you got this son or you got this daughter, and wonder why they not doing what you want them to do, because you haven't showed them anything pertaining to having relationships with their, other parent. So they're going to repeat exactly what you just did.
Yep.
You kept them away from their father. Guess what they gonna do when they have their children?
That's what they know to do. Keep them away from their father. Put them on child support.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
Get the money. Right. You can't see your child though.
And you also had to watch it too. Things that you do or don't do with your kids, and your kids may not catch it. But if you don't put it to them, to talk to them, to let them know, okay, this is what happened and this is what I don't want to see you go down this road, and they actually you actually showing them, not just telling them, you actually showing them. You know what I'm saying? When they get their own family, they gonna piggyback off of whatever they don't grew into, whatever was in their home. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way, I see it. We wonder why we got, addicts and stuff in our family. Why?
Yeah. So that's why it's important to get down to the root of how it may have began. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, it's aggravating to a person, because even now to me, I learned that the reason my family, we don't show much affection, but that's because it wasn't shown in my mother's household. And a lot of times in my mind, I want to be hugged. Mm-hmm. I want to be talked to. I want to know the difference between right and wrong.
That's right.
But because that wasn't shown to me.
That wasn't shown to you. It wasn't.
I didn't
shown
know.
to you.
I didn't know how to.
Right, and that's right. In a lot of homes, well, they don't show the love. So if you're not showing the love, how your child, when they get their family, how they gonna be able to even show their kids that type of love, or teach them that type of love, because it wasn't shown to them. So that goes to the fact of why some fathers may not be able to communicate or be there, or why some mothers not able to communicate and be there, because maybe they just don't know how to.
Yes.
Because of what they went through. You know, but again, we have to recognize. You got to be responsible enough to be able to recognize and want to change.
Yep, you got to notice the patterns.
We wonder why, damn, every time I look around, somebody getting locked up in the family. Everybody getting locked up. Everybody doggone don't got turned the hell out on pills, damn, powder, whatever. You wondering why?
Yes.
You got to start trying to see what's going on in your family history if you want to change it so your kids won't end up with that. You know what I'm saying? Because it may not hit you, it may not hit your kids, it might hit your kids' kids.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
You can't skip and hit your kids. I tell you that. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what we got? Rock say, can't teach what you don't know.
That's right. But you know what you can do? You can recognize it after a while.
And want to learn.
And want to break that pattern.
When you know better, you do better.
You do better. And Simone said, we have to come together and break that cycle.
Yes, ma'am.
It's very important.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Got a lot of broken homes because ain't nobody coming together to break the cycle.
Right.
Nobody even knows. You don't recognize it.
Right. You know.
But if you keep getting the same result over and over again, like if you done had 5 marriages, we'll just say, for example, 5 marriages, right? You're like, why none of my relationships working out?
Right.
It ain't just the other person's fault. You gotta sit down and think, let me go back. Let me go all the way back. I remember when my grandma was alive, or my great grandma was alive. Dang, my great grandma been through 10 marriages, and now my mama been through 6 marriages, and my daddy, he got 10 children on the outside with different women. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
I don't want to be like that.
You don't want your kids to be
I want
like
my
that.
children to be like that. Let me change that pattern. You have to recognize the pattern. It's not just always everybody else's fault. It's take accountability for your own actions and fix it.
That's right. That's it. Because I know even with me, you know, I was just always used to me, my mama, my grandma, my granddaddy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It was just us when it was family like time or whatever, when we used to go out of town, you know, and be around the other close relatives, you know what I'm saying, at the time. You know, but after that, you know, I didn't experience what it was to have family gatherings or nothing like that until I got with my husband. So the things that I do now, furthest being family oriented, I learned through my husband family, and that's being real. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say I learned that through mine too. Yes, and very, very family oriented. Actually, I can't lie. I was envious of that.
Yeah.
I was like, well, why they family so together and mine not? But I loved it. I'm not saying envious in a bad way where it's like, nah, I actually loved it, and I wondered why.
Right. And the thing is that maybe I just wasn't included or something. I don't know. But the thing about it is that we didn't experience that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't experience that. And another person that made me open my eyes to being family oriented like that was my godmother. You know, my Frida. You know, she taught me a lot, you know, of how to even be a wife. You know, things that I should accept and things that you don't accept, or just how to remove it as being a wife and a mother and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That came from her, because her family is a loving family. they are a close-knit family. So she was able to not just tell me, but I saw it. I saw it. You know what I'm saying? How she's there for everything. She not just telling it to me. She's showing it to me. You know what I'm saying? And that be the difference. So with that, that's what my children see me and my husband do. They know we all about family. That's what they do. You know, I don't even, like the pandemic when it started, Larico like, Mama Dawn, I miss everybody. When we gonna be able to have another family get together, cookout or something? Because they used to that.
Yes.
But if I had never been introduced to that, I wouldn't be doing it.
And guess what? My friend introduced me to that. They embraced me when I first came around. You know, and that made me feel great. It made me feel like I was somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I loved it. And
Right.
Simone said, she said, I grew up in an environment where showing love was not normal. I decided to change that for my daughter.
Exactly.
You breaking
Yes.
it. You breaking that pattern.
You already done broke
You
it.
break-
You already done broke
Yes.
it, baby. Just one simple small gesture, you know, can change everything. Can change it. And people don't understand that. And the thing about it is when you do decide to try to, you know, break a curse or go to these family members, don't go being judgmental. Because remember, guys, you still got to get to the root of the problem.
Absolutely.
You're not gonna get there being judgmental. You're not. You're just not. You that's gonna be like a brick wall right there. You know what I'm saying? But y'all just gotta know how to communicate.
That's it. That's what it takes. Honestly.
Y'all know how to communicate.
Yes.
Talk about those topics that's uncomfortable.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, everybody wanna talk about some day 100, they keep it real and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
No, hell you don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh,
No, you don't.
let me tell you something else that of a friend of mine. I won't say no names, but basically, she was touched. She was molested for some years by her stepfather, and she told her mom. When she eventually told her mom, the mom was like, "Oh, you crazy? That ain't happening." Well, she a grown woman now.
Yeah.
He's still in the family. Guess what he doing now? She thinking he touching on one of the little cousins now. The mama, still passive.
Cause whatever stay in your house, stay in your house.
Whatever saying you have saying, we gotta cut that short.
It's real out here.
And then you wonder why your daughter or your cousins or your friends or somebody they into prostitution or they feel less of themselves. They hoeing out here. They doing it for money.
People don't understand.
That track star.
Yeah, they don't understand. The reason why a lot of these little girls are out here being so sexually active, you have to watch that. And even me myself, stop being judgmental when you see these young girls out here just opening their legs up to whatever. Trust and believe, I promise y'all, it's an issue there.
Yes.
It's an issue there, the reason why that baby is doing it.
Yes.
It's an issue there. And 9 times out of 10, I'm 44 years old. And I know quite a bit people who I don't be, friends with. 9 times out of 10, when they like that, they don't be molested.
Yes.
They done been touched in some kind of way. And see, that's again, that could cause, even if they get in a marriage or relationship or sometime, and you wonder why she may act the way she acts sometimes.
She don't want to be touched.
She don't want to be touched
She depressed
sometimes.
all the time.
Sometimes that could, something probably don't trigger
Something triggered.
something back from what she remember, or he remembered, for them to act the way they act. But now it's causing problems within your household because it haven't been dealt with.
Yes.
That curse has not been taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know what? That makes me, I make sure I make it a habit because I notice that happens a lot. And when I hear stories like that,
Yes.
I make sure that I get with each one of my children. And I really do. I do ask my children, hey, I don't do it in front front of everybody.
Right.
I take them to the side, or I say, come in my room.
Right.
This is a private conversation. Is there anything that we need to talk about? I will ask my children, has anybody done anything to make you feel uncomfortable?
Right. Right. You have to.
You have
to keep that line of open communication, because I'm telling you, that stuff run deep. With these generational curses, you know, but I'm thinking, is it really a curse, or is just our lack of knowledge?
I think it might be a little bit of
not
both.
knowing.
Yes. Yes.
Instead of us saying it's a curse, it's our actions.
Yes.
Because we choose, you know, to tell the children to keep the business in the house. We choose to tell them what, go on in here and stay in here, and no, he ain't touched you. No, you know, that's an action.
And you know what? That's where suicide can come in at. Because mama or daddy didn't believe me when I told them. They thought the other person was more important.
Or you a liar.
Or you a liar.
Always calling you a liar.
Always. You are mentally messing your children up.
Messing them up completely. You know,
Absolutely.
and a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Hey, if y'all gonna get through anywhere, you got to learn how to be, for one, real with yourself.
That's it.
I don't care how much you try to hide it, how much you try to, you know, throw up a persona of one image that you want people to see. You still ain't being real with yourself about your skeletons in your closet of what's going on with you, to try to keep it passing on to your children. Because I'm like this. Depending on what's going on or whatever, I do open up to my kids.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And talk to them and let them know, hey, this real. Yeah, this is what, you know, I experience. I don't want you to be like that when you have your own family and you have your own kids or your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Or your marriage or however. You know, so sometimes I think it is cool for you to open up to your kids about things in your life.
Yes. Also, you have kids who will never open up. You have some that shell in. They internalize a whole lot. And we're just not talking about molestation. We're talking about verbal abuse.
Yeah.
We're talking about bullying, getting bullied or in the family.
Yeah.
We're talking about getting called verbal names. I don't even care if it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Don't call you. Don't. I don't.
They know I don't like the word stupid.
I don't like stupid. I don't never call my kids a name that I know that I don't want to be called. And sometimes they get so numb to it, to the point where they think
They think it's the norm.
They think that's the
They
norm.
think it's the norm. But
And they
why?
do it to their kids.
Right. That's what I was just finna say. You know, cause I done been around people where they call their children bitches. They call motherfucker, you know, some bitch. I don't heard it all. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that don't you know what you're doing to your children? When they get children, they gonna do the same damn thing because they think it's normal. But did your parents do you like that? 9 times out of 10, yeah.
Then guess what? They take it to the school.
Yep.
And then you turn around, don't know what kid in that school already going through their own issues in their own house.
Yes.
So your kid done turned around, call this child or bullying this child the way they been bullied in the family, and you taking it to the school to another child
Yeah.
that has that issue.
It's gonna keep going.
And it's you making a pattern on the
Out on
outside
the
of the generation.
outside. On the outside. There ain't 9 times out of 10 them children who be bullying other children because they getting bullied at home.
Yeah.
They getting bullied at home by a mama or dad or cousin or uncle or whoever. They getting bullied in some sort kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad. We just gotta learn how to open up and talk about these uncomfortable situations and stuff that don't happen.
Yeah.
You know, to stop it from, you know, repeating itself. You know, you just got to. We as black folk, you know, we don't believe in going to no doggone therapy. no psychiatrists and them. We don't believe in that. We believe we can doggone heal ourselves. But you know what I'm saying? You know, I haven't been a big fan of that, so I'm not finna sit up here in front. You know, with me, I just try to analyze, you know, my family and what I have to do to make it better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I had to start acknowledging my faults and my wrongs. You know what I'm saying? To make it better. You know what I'm saying? Things that, you like I said, when I was younger, you know, I did used to want to, you know, I would have felt like to have a family, you know, have a husband. Those things I did want because I did see my grandma and my granddaddy together. You know what I'm saying? So I had that in my family. You know what I'm saying? Growing up. You know, but it came a time when grandma died. Granddaddy, you know, went his way after, you know, she passed and then he passed. You know, so I, you know, I always knew I wanted to be married and all that. But I think every girl had that dream. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
Every girl fantasized about the big wedding and all of that. You know
Look
what I'm
at the
saying?
Cinderella movies.
Right.
That's what we want.
Right,
you know?
right.
Yes.
You know, and so that's something that I always wanted. You know, but it was also things that I had to learn. You know, through being married, so that things can be right with my kids. Everything gonna always be perfect, but you don't want to repeat that same cycle that your family had. You know, if they wasn't doing those things, you don't want to repeat that.
Yes. And you know what? That's why I decided on, like, even certain things in my life, you know, even down to having children, not having the same baby father, moving around a lot. I didn't recognize that. You know what I mean? It took my husband to make me recognize that when, even out here as a grown woman, moving from place to place, year after year, because I wasn't stable-minded.
Right.
I thought that was okay. And he said, baby,
it was the norm for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, baby, this is not healthy for children to hop around like this and move to different schools.
Yeah.
Different homes. You're not even allowing them to gain friends.
Gain anything.
Gain friends, gain the proper knowledge. Because at school, they happen from another school. Guess what? They not caught up with the subject because you are moving them.
Right. But
I had to listen to that and I had to recognize it. Yeah. And then I started to really, that one thing he said it just opened me up. And I had to turn around and recognize, hey, I can't keep this pattern going.
Right.
And then I started recognizing other things that was a pattern within my family from back then, from my mama. And I said, oh, no.
Yeah.
We're going to break this.
You got to recognize it.
We're going to break this.
You know, because we were the same way once my grandma and everybody died. Being from one place to another place to another place. I didn't want that for my kids at all. I did not want that, period. You know what I'm saying? You know, because when we had our apartment or whatever, I told Rico, hey, the next move we make, we're going to be in our house.
That's right.
Not moving. You know, I made it a fact that I'm not finna be that person just moving from place to place.
It's not healthy.
My mom did that because at the time, all she knew was her mom and her stepdad. You know, that's who we stayed with all the time. But when they passed on, you know, she don't know how to handle a lot of things on her own because she always had him. You know, working and all of that, but it's more to the thing than just working. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to talk to your girls or your boys. You know what I'm saying? About life. Don't know how to communicate. Don't know how to communicate. So if she's not communicating or he's not communicating with you, how are you going to know? How you gonna know? You know, it's real out here, and then we don't understand why these children go through a lot or what they go through or why they can't handle a lot of things. You first got to start checking yourself first to see if that's the reason why, or checking your bloodline.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The why they do that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just they ain't doing it because they don't want to do it. No.
Yeah.
It's some along the way that caused them to feel like that.
Exactly.
And you got to find out why.
You got to find out why. And you know what? That brings me to saying, be careful who you have kids with too. You know?
Yes,
Because that can play a
yes.
major part too.
Yes, it can.
You can think that you're breaking a curse with your child because you the one raising them and all this, but sometimes that child got the other side mentality, and you like, I don't even know how to break this because I don't even know what the family line was like over there. I don't even know what the root is for this.
Exactly.
You know?
What Rock say, mental security is priceless.
Absolutely.
Woo!
That's a clean.
That's a clink on that one. I'm gonna have to do a clink on that one, y'all. Yes. That's pretty good.
That was good, y'all.
That's pretty good. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby.
Thank you, brother. Yes.
But yes.
And you know what else I want to touch real quick?
Which one touch?
You got those families who had this thing with going to jail. It passes down from your mama or your daddy. And then you left your kids to turn around and take care of the other kids. But now them kids trying to hustle up. So get what? They giving them street.
Oh yeah.
Street. Then next thing you know, they getting locked up.
Yeah.
Now they know where. But shoot, you get locked up, then shoot, when you get back out, you know you guys keep on going.
Yeah.
So then get what? Your kids have kids, and then turn around their kids thinking that that's the way to do things too. You know, the mentality of what you build in your household play a lot of part to what your future could be. So that's very important to kill that pattern as well.
Right, you absolutely right, sis. And a lot of them feel like, well, hell, they ain't been riding me in all this time. Well, shoot, I ain't trying to deal with it. Hey, you gotta deal with it at some point.
You got to
if you don't deal with it, your children gonna deal with it. One way or the other. I'd rather take care of it before my children have to try to deal with it, and they don't know how to deal with it. You know, they gotta learn as they go, and chances is, if it's like that and it just keep repeating the same doggone cycle, it's gonna be hard for that to even be broken.
Yes.
That's gonna be real hard for that to be broken. Let's even talk about alcohol abuse. You know,
alcoholism.
I love
it's real out here.
Right, I love to drink.
I love to drink,
but the drinking is not finna stop my ability to handle my business. You know, we have those drinkers to where, you know, it's they everything, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they look for, you know. And you do have those alcoholics to where they can function and still handle their business. But for me, sometimes that come out too. You know what I'm saying? Verbal abuse while a parent is drinking. You know, even fighting. You know, and that can impact the child too, to make them very protective of a lot of things. Me, you know, perfect example. You know, I think I mentioned before in one of our podcasts how I had to fall back a little bit, you know, where it came with me and Rico and me being so overprotected. It's a reason for it. You know, not even just because of a past relationship. It went a little bit more deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody can't handle the alcohol the same. And with that being said, when it's a parent or whomever that's like that, why are they like that? It's a reason. Yep. It's always a reason.
You know, generational curses are, it's real. Even down to your health.
Yes.
If you know you got a family on both sides, like my both sides of my family suffer from diabetes, blood pressure.
Yes.
You don't not take care of it and change the eating patterns. I mean, you have to change it.
Right.
You gonna eat what's healthy. You gonna try to not have to take them pills, them blood pressure pills. So get what? You gonna stop putting salts on your food. Now I am wrong sometimes because I like what I like.
Being greedy.
And I'm like, oh, this food needs some taste to it. Oh my God,
It's so bland.
Ooh. What you mean quit out meat?
Right.
I love meat.
Right.
But at the same time, you want to live a little bit longer, don't you?
Hey.
I've had people in the past, and it's probably the same pattern. We know we had them diabetes or whatever, but we kept on eating them sweets.
Yeah.
Nobody ever changed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that is.
Yeah, you have to.
Play a role.
It play a big role. Let's see, we have another comment. Who we got? Liz Rockefeller. She said, give people the gift of forgiveness even when you feel they haven't earned it. Yes, it might give them the strength to be better.
That's it.
You hit it dead on the dog. Babe, we need another clean.
Yes.
Yes. You are so right, sis. You are so right. And when that happens, that's because that person don't recognize it for themselves.
Yep.
It can't happen if they don't recognize. They got to recognize it first. Sometimes they may get some part of their life. They'll sit down and just visualize everything what's going on around them. And they may get it. But then you got some people, well, you gotta just go to them and be like, hey, look, let me holler at you for a minute.
Yep.
What's going on with you?
What's going on?
Because this right here, this ain't right.
Right.
You know, I know this your business and your family, whatever you do. But you wrong.
And it's all right to say. It's okay to sit down and express yourself. Free your mind.
Free your mind.
You know, it may be uncomfortable topics to talk about with the person who may have hurt you, or, but you know what I mean. But gain that strength, and when you're ready, if you need to go get physical therapy, whatever it is you need to do to get it, so it can come out, do that. Please do that. It's important.
Yes, it's very important. You know, so I know it's a lot more that we can touch bases on with this topic because it's a deep topic and we could go further, but we don't have that kind of time. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. But I do want to give you guys a little quote, okay? Eyes are useless when the mind is blind.
And I got something for you too. It's up to us to break generational curses. When they say it runs in the family, you tell them, and this is where it runs out.
That's what you do.
That's what you do.
Y'all got to start being real with yourself before you be real with everybody else.
That's right.
You know, so on that note, we want y'all to wake up.
Yes.
Just wake up and just think about it.
Yes.
Let's think about it. If you want everything to be better with your kids and their kids, you know, you got to recognize it and not be scared to say nothing.
Yes.
You know, don't be scared to pull an auntie to the side, or uncle to the side, or cousin to the side. Don't be scared to do it.
Yes.
You know, ain't no sense in talking about it
That's it.
when you ain't trying to do nothing to try to help the situation. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they do with it, they're going to do with it, but I best believe if you come to them, the gesture is right, and you come to them a certain way, they're going to tell you that what you're saying.
Oh, and let me throw this in here. The people who may have done those bad things to your family, it's good to go ahead and acknowledge that too, as well. You can go get help, because apparently it might be something mental going on.
Yes.
Something might have happened to you and you did it to somebody else.
Yeah.
And more, little do you know, you affected that person. It's not okay, but it's okay to go get help. Seek help.
Yeah.
Go say sorry. Go talk to them. Even if that person don't approach you, they don't forget.
That's right. That's
But
right.
it's important to let it be known, like, look, I do need help. I don't want to be that monster. I don't want to be that person.
Right.
Seek that therapy that you need for that.
That's right. That's right. And if they don't go there, you got to have somebody to talk to.
You have to.
You got to have somebody to talk to. When you keep all that stuff bottled up inside, you ain't doing that but creating a monster that's bound to come out one way or the other. One way or the other. Trust me and believe me, it's going to come out one way or the other. You know. So, take care of your family. Take care of yourself. Have a clear mindset. You know, so That's what chat with Lily Loud want to leave y'all with tonight.
Yes. And you know what? We do still enjoy you guys commenting on the video. Let us know your thoughts behind that. If we is missing something, it's okay. You can comment on there.
Yeah.
We'll comment back.
Yeah.
But make sure you view, like, and share. We're gonna be on YouTube as well, so you can check us out there if you don't see it on our page anymore. Cause Facebook do be tripping sometimes. But
We're gonna put it on the YouTube.
we're gonna put it on there so y'all can catch every moment of it, and we really enjoy y'all supporting us.
That's
Absolutely.
right. That's right. We love y'all.
All right, y'all.
We'll see y'all next Friday.
Bye bye.